I came in like a wrecking ball. I didn't even have it. I had some Mickey D's today. No, I didn't. Actually, I didn't. You did?
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was
No,
bad.
no shaming here. No fast food shaming. No fast food shaming. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Brothers in Arms. We got all three brothers here today, and it's Sunday. Look at that. Way to go, fellas. But it is Sunday. We did it. Yay. This is how we do it. Wait, what?
Yes.
Alex just gave me the Dora. Boots is super cool, Explodadora. It is the 10th of January, 9:16 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard, and we are back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm telling you, fellas, it's amazing to watch on our website the downloads that are happening. There was twice this week where we had 2 spikes of like 11 downloads each. So it's really cool. I'm not sure if family is coming back and catching back episodes, or somebody's coming back or coming into the family for the first time. So for those of you who are checking us out, thank you so very much. We truly appreciate your download. We're not making any cheddar off of this. This is all just fun, family time. This is our chance to check in with each other, and you get to come along and enjoy the ride, quote unquote. So we have added some soundboard things. So if you hear things that happen that have happened in past episodes, yes, we do like to rehash those, by the way. But
because we think they're hilarious.
They're hilarious, absolutely.
But
I need smiles right now because I'm really in a. All right. They just intercepted it. I don't know. All right, quick disclaimer, y'all. I've got the Steelers game on in the corner here, and they just intercepted again off of Ben. That's exactly what it looks like, and that is the soundboard. So, with that, I am probably turning off the TV and I'm watching this game anymore. Oh, Patrick.
Oh,
it's bad.
Oh,
it's bad.
You got a cat?
Oh, cat.
No, that's a small dog.
Oh, is that Molly?
No, that's Oscar. But it looks like Molly, doesn't it?
What?
Kinda. You have a new fish tank.
I'll get into that.
Nani?
Okay.
Nice. Okay, cool. Rock and roll. Well, we're back at it. My name's Patrick. The one in dress uniform over there, that's great.
Not dress.
Not
Camis.
dressed. Camis. Pardon me. I'm sorry. I don't know where I'm pointing because, guys, I'm in the middle of you two. So I do this number on my screen. If I blew it up, it'd be a whole different story. So I'm not going to point anymore because...
Point to your right. It's me. Point down. It's Greg.
We just start pointing every which way again.
So what's
just one of those directions?
Fog. Anyways, I am not Madonna. I have 3 names. Thank you very much. Very much. Very much. Very much. Very much.
Nice.
Very nice. I'm Patrick. The one over there in uniform is Greg. He's actually working tonight. God bless you, buddy.
That's all right. Well, working in the respect that I'm literally like podcasting with you guys.
And watching a football game,
watching a football game.
You know, we're splitting hairs here. It's okay. And then
I answer the phone.
There you go. There you go.
Watch.
And the guy in the beanie with the fabulous mustache, that's Alex, our youngest. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah. So, boys, what's shaking? What's going on? How are things?
Good and bad.
Okay.
Good and bad. So, as Greg pointed out, I have a new fish tank. It comes as a necessity.
As a necessity. Please explain why another fish tank is a necessity.
So, as you guys know, fish are not immune to like diseases, right? Or sickness, or anything else bad along those lines.
Right.
So I introduced a new fish to the tank, and some plants and a couple other different things in the display tank. Right, makes it look all nice and neat.
Sure.
The problem is if you start introducing new things, what you're supposed to do is, just like us, if you come from a different area, you're supposed to quarantine for a couple of days.
Quarantine, what?
Yeah, to make sure everything's okay and you don't end up transferring sickness from one place to the next.
Make sure you don't have the fish COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what they call it? That's
So
me.
that
Why not?
is my quarantine tank.
Ah.
And if you notice, there's nothing swimming around in either of those tanks.
Did you kill
Did
them
your
all?
fish die?
2 of them did.
Holy cow, man.
They got ick. They did not respond well to treatment. And most of the night last night was me sitting up and watching my fish die.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Yep.
That's awful. I'm so sorry.
It was pretty bad. So, Weasley went first. Or, as his official name was, another Weasley. Yeah, he.
Because they just keep procreating. They're just everywhere.
Yep.
They're like rabbits.
I mean,
Redheaded
yeah,
rabbits.
redheaded rabbit.
you'll have to get another Weasley. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, brother. That sucks.
Yeah. So we put all of them in the quarantine tank, and we put some medication in there to help them get over ick, because Mad Eye had ick, and Weasley lasted a couple of hours in the quarantine tank before he went, and then Mad Eye went, but Dobby's still in there going strong. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Dobby's sitting down there on the bottom, probably munching on a Pleco wafer, and living his best life in the quarantine tank, while the display tank is cranked up to 96 degrees.
Yo.
Yep. So the snails are loving life. It's great. Like, they're moving around, they're eating stuff, they're having a grand old time because that.
They can do that at that temperature?
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
Yeah, they have no problem.
Any higher and you're going to have escargot.
I mean,
It's like bath water.
yeah.
Mmm, tasty.
So, ick doesn't last long at high temperatures. So if you want to, slow the growth of it
Mm-hmm.
and quicken the life of it, you can actually crank your tank up to like 82 to 86, and that'll cut it down to 2 weeks. But if there's no fish living in it, other than like snails and plants, you can actually crank it up to 96 and leave it there
Wow.
for 2 days, and it kills everything.
Even the good stuff, though?
Not the good stuff. No, the good stuff's in the filter. So the filter, I'm not too worried about.
Okay.
So, but nope. Mad Eye and another Weasley are both gone.
Aww.
Dobby's still kicking, so I still have a Pleco. And we're going to keep the quarantine tank for a while. So once that film gets built up as well, we're going to introduce new fish to it. And then keep them there for about 2 weeks. And then as long as everything's okay, we'll move them over to the big tank. And then continue on from there.
And these are their stories.
Yep. Yep, you missed that one earlier, Greg. It was pretty good.
Oh man, I love it.
Well,
It makes me smile.
I'm sorry they're gone, but I'm glad that you solved the case, and I hope things go better for your future fish.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be okay.
Same.
So
Yeah, it stinks, man.
quite a bit. But in the good side of everything, we got a closing date for the house.
Hey, let's go.
Yep.
That's
what I'm talking
fantastic.
about.
So I
Yeah.
was telling you earlier, I don't have to go into work in the morning, because in the morning I'm going to be at the lawyer's office closing on the house.
Yes.
So
That's fantastic. Hold on, celebration. Fireworks. Yay.
Chess hands.
Yes, hands.
I got him to listen to Katy Perry earlier just for that one soundbite.
Yeah, Katy Perry. Oh. I mean, ah.
Huh?
Do you
Ooh.
ever feel
Yeah, like a plastic bag.
drifting through the wind,
All the time. Yeah.
ready to start again?
Yeah, just throw me away.
Do you
Just
ever feel
no.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, man.
uh, no, I had to stop it. I was like, no, we're done. No more. Uh,
like your paper thin?
oh, dear Jesus.
You ever talk to the voices in your head and sometimes they talk back?
All the time.
Well, Alex, I'm happy, man. I mean, at the very least, you got you kind of got a plan to solve the issue, and fingers crossed it'll get better. Because
Yeah.
man, it sucks.
Yeah. I don't have luck with fish, dude.
I got nothing. I'm sorry.
I'm like
I was like,
rethinking. I'm rethinking my desire to get a fish tank now.
oh, let me tell you. Guys, when we had that tank back in Tallahassee, we had those neon
Neon Tetris.
yeah, those neon tetras. Those things lasted forever. So I got you.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a community in the quarantine tank after I get everything set up.
Okay,
Bunch of tiny fish.
that's a good plan.
Get them a pirate ship.
That's a good plan. You know, did you know that the snails have tongues?
Sure that snails have tongues.
Because I sure didn't. Did you?
Yes.
And how
Yeah.
how long are they, Patrick? Because you're
Uh,
like pulling out a teeth movie. Right?
Sure that snails have tongues.
I don't know. I just, it just blows my mind that snails have tongues.
Oh man.
You sure about that? I'm pretty confident that that snails have tongues.
Sure that snails have tongues.
It's
Alex,
funny.
Alex is done. Love you, man.
Love you guys too.
Oh, thank you.
So what else you been up to, Boyo?
Oh,
Not a
How's
whole
work?
lot, man. We're still in 3-section duty, so we're
Mm.
going to
Well,
duty every 3 days, which is wonderful. My ID card expires soon, so I have to deal with that whole process of getting a new one.
do you still not have the right color?
I do.
Okay. I know that was a thing
No,
back in the beginning.
he's talking about his other ID.
The
His
military one.
military.
Oh, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going to show the whole ID because
No. That's the brown one,
Right.
right?
At the top, they have an expiration date.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
Mine expires.
you have to get a new one or get it updated.
Is it any time during that month or?
before it expires.
You can do it anytime. You say before it expires.
I got you.
Problem
And
is with all the pandemic stuff going on is they're not accepting appointments unless it's one an emergency or two you're within a month of it expiring.
oh, okay.
So I made an appointment on the boat, and quite literally that same day, Greg's excited.
Yeah, he's watching the game still.
Yeah, they put a really good pass, just ran the ball good, like 30 yards.
There goes Oscar.
We need that. But yeah, no. So
Yeah.
they're doing 30 days. They're within 30 days. They're emergencies.
So I made the appointment on my 30th day, and lo and behold, the only person on the boat who can do ID cards is on leave until the 14th.
Oh,
So if they don't make my appointment, so my appointment's like the 14th at 13:30. If they don't make my appointment, then I have 12 days to figure it out. And I don't like that.
no.
Thanks, guys.
So, yeah, it's good times. But I had made the appointment like, middle to end of December. And this week I got an email from somebody else in the department that said, "Hey, M1, just checking to make sure if you got taken care of or not." Dude, I sent that email in almost 3 weeks ago.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, no joke.
So there's somebody on base or somebody there that, like, you don't go to a DMV or something like that to
Oh
get your
no.
card.
No.
No.
I mean, technically, yes. You go to pass an ID, which is the same thing. But you can also do it from the boat. And they usually ask you to do it from the boat because pass an ID does all the boats in the area, whereas your boat just does your boat.
Oh, okay.
So they have their own special little machine that they can make them and put all the certificates on the card and all of that.
Nice. Nice. So you're not waiting 2-3 weeks for it to come in the mail.
Yeah, no,
No,
literally.
they'll make it right there in front of you.
That's
Get it within-
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I'm
Now,
glad.
why in the world the DMV can't do that either? I have no idea.
I'm not going to go into that because we finally got some work done this week.
Oh, I know.
You got some.
Yeah, we got some work done. My
Oh
oldest
yeah.
my oldest is now a licensed driver.
Oh gosh, I'm getting old.
He's a licensed driver, and
Oh gosh.
it's absolutely mind blowing. So, Alex, did you get your license here in West Virginia, or did you get it in Georgia?
West Virginia.
You got it in West Virginia. Okay. So, with COVID, the idea of getting an appointment for all this stuff is ridiculous. Okay. So, Philip asked for an appointment or set up an appointment for his first driving test in October, and we weren't seen until December. Well,
Wow.
come to find out, you've got to prove to the DMV from the school that you're a student and a student in good standing. So we get there and we didn't have the paperwork. So we had to reschedule for another one. So fast forward, closest time that we were the soonest that we could get in for another one was this month, January, last week in Morgantown, which from where we are is two hours and some change to drive up there.
Mm.
Number one, I forgot how big Morgantown is.
Yep.
And number two, I forgot its placement. Gentlemen, Morgantown is in the bowl and on the rim of the bowl in this area. And it's beautiful. Like, it is absolutely gorgeous. So we were able to get him an appointment for 12 noon. And we roll up into Morgantown about 10 o'clock because the girls want to go to Target because we don't have one here. So
You have a Target in Parkersburg?
no, we don't. There's a lot of things we don't have.
I didn't
But
know that.
yeah. And the closest one for us is like an hour and 45 minutes away. Or an hour. Yeah. So it's a trip. But anyways, so we get up there and I stop in the parking lot because I'm looking at God's country and it's gorgeous. I mean, just you can see the rim going around, you can see the valley and the river and all that jazz. And we're standing in the parking lot of a Target. I mean, come on now. But long story short, we get to the DMV. This is the story. We get to the DMV, it's Philip and I, and we actually had a switchback in order to get to this thing, and we went down a road that had two white lines but no yellow line. Okay.
Yep.
So we're going down this road, we get to the stop sign, a state trooper is behind me, so I'm thinking, oh great, this is wonderful, because it comes down, it meets the main road, it comes down, and then another road comes over and meets too, so it's kind of an inverted W almost, just a jacked up two V's that meet on the road. And so another car comes down, they stop because they allowed me to. And so I pulled out and did the whatever, got to the DMV. We get inside, and before we even get inside, this woman is outside and she's smoking a cigarette, and she asked me if I had 3 quarters for the bus. And I said, no, ma'am, I'm sorry, I don't. I don't carry any cash. And so we get up to the door and we're waiting for the people to come outside to allow us in because the doors are locked and appointment only, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, she comes up and she proceeds to smoke a cigarette by the door and she mumbles to herself, well, I have a $5 in my pocket. And she reaches in and she pulls out a $5 bill. And then she says, well, can you ask them to give me change? And I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, I can't do that. You're going to need to do that yourself. Right next door was an Aldi's. I said, you could just walk across the way to the, oh, no, I can't walk across. I'll get hit by a car. I've been hit by a car. And she just went into this long tangent. And Philip is looking at me going, Dad, what is going on? And I'm just like, ma'am, I'm sorry, we can't. And the guy ushered us inside. And when he did, he said, oh, Nancy. And I was like, oh, so she's a regular. And the 2 guys were there at the door and they were like, well, you're going to have to deal with Nancy. No, you're going to have to deal with, no, you're going to have to deal with Nancy. Well, she's asking for exact change and all this stuff. And I'm like, guys, I'm just here trying to get my kid into a driver's test. Could you please just point us in the right direction? So we finally get all that figured out. We go back outside to sit in our car. Philip is in the driver's seat, and they told me to sit in the passenger seat. I thought, well, that's great because they don't want people sitting in their waiting room because COVID, blah, blah, blah. And the guy comes outside with his mask on, his big, heavy winter jacket. It started snowing. And he comes up to the car and he does the whole walk around to the car, check the lights, check the blinkers, check the hazards, check all this stuff. And then he proceeds to tell Philip what he's going to do. And I thought, I'm going to stay in this car. And I asked him that. I said, sir, do you need me to get out? He said, nope, you just sit right there. I'm going to tell him what to do from here. Just crack your window enough that you can hear me. And we'll go from there. I was like, okay, yes, sir. So I have my mask on. Philip has his mask on. The guy outside still has his mask on. Philip does the driving all the way around to the back side of the building where they have the setup of the parallel parking. Gentlemen, I kid you not. We pull up to this section. The guy, he proceeds to tell the rules. You know, you get 3 chances to do this. Don't hit the barrels. Don't touch the barrels, because if you touch them, we count those as cars and you'll be failed. But you have 3 times to do it. Take your time. No problem. And and a gentleman, I kid you not, he says, you're a brave guy to come down here in a minivan. It's like, it's a minivan. He says, you're a brave guy to come down here in a minivan. I couldn't parallel park a minivan. I was like, holy cow, man. You're saying this through the window to my kid. It's like, are you stupid? What are you doing? But you're a brave guy, so take your time.
We learned how to park in a mini or a 15-pack.
Exactly. I've parallel parked a 15-pack. It's no whatever. But you're a brave man. I'm like, okay, well, that was either the worst pep talk ever. Dude, you have no idea what you're saying. So Philip pulls up. He turns on his blinker. He pulls in the car. I'm trying not to say anything, but whatever. And he pulls into his parking spot and he misses the line. No big deal. He says, all right, pull forward, try it again. Pulls forward, turns on his blinker, turns that wheel, backs it in, turns that wheel, pulls forward. Dude's right on the line. Solid. Passes it on the second try. Then he pulls out, or he comes up to the window. Great job. Here's the rest of the test. Do this, go around, do this, go around, park over here, and then we'll go from there. Did all that stuff. At the end of it, dude's punching me in the arm. Philip's just punching me in the arm. He's like, man, we did it. We did it. We did it. I'm like, no, man, you did it. And I'm proud of you. You did a great job. So we got another driver in the house. It's good stuff. Did you know, Alex, do you remember, was your license? No, because you're already done with high school. So you're 18.
Yeah.
So when you're 16 or 16, 18, your license is graded. here in this division, or excuse me, in this state. And so, with the driver's permit, you're grade 1. After a month of, or after a year of driving with nothing on your record, you are, or once you get your driver's license, you're 2. And once you've driven for a year without any issues, you're up to level 3 and you can drive with no restrictions. But right now, he can't drive with anybody else in the family. After 6 months, he can have one friend. And then after the full year, he can drive without restrictions. Yeah, it's crazy stuff, man. Yeah. But I was like, man, are you serious? The whole, man, you're a brave man to park in a one of these. I'm like, whatever.
Okay.
So when I got mine in Virginia, I also did mine in the minivan.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I did
you're a
both
brave man.
minivan. But mine didn't have, barrels or anything. It had 2 cones. And quite honestly, the space was big enough that you could have parked the 15 passenger with no problem.
No way.
Yeah,
Yikes. Did you do it in Charleston?
I did.
Nice.
But so I've had that ID forever, for absolutely ever.
Really?
But, yeah, it's one of those things, right? Because it doesn't expire if you're in the military. You just hand them your ID and then you show them your military ID and they're like, oh yeah, you're good to go, see ya.
Ta-da!
So whenever I wanted to get my motorcycle license, though, I had to have a valid permit. I had to have a valid driver's license in South Carolina.
No way.
Yeah. So I took my car and I signed up for the driver's test.
What?
Yep. And because I had already had a license, I didn't have to take the written. It was just the performance.
Right.
So I go in and I have this really nice old lady that comes out. She does the walkthrough to make sure the car's okay. And then, she's all right, let's go. So literally, I backed everything up, and there's nothing special about South Carolina. There's no parallel parking. There's no, gun the car, get it greater than 20, and then slam on the brakes. There's nothing.
Yeah.
But it's a real road test. Like, they drive you out, you get onto the actual road, and you drive down, and then they have you go around the block, and you go around the block, and you come all the way back.
That's how it was in Georgia.
And then you park.
That's how it was in Georgia when I got my license.
Wow.
But the entire time, I'm having a conversation with this lady, driving, tending to everything's fine, and she takes a look over at me. She goes, "You're really good at this. Is this your first test?" I was, "No, ma'am. I've been driving for probably like 10 years now. I needed to get a new license, and they told me I had to retake the test." And she was like, "Yeah, they probably shouldn't have done that." I was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." So we got on the park, and she goes, "All right, here you go. You passed. Thank you, ma'am."
Wow.
So you feel like a rock star if you have to retake the driving test after you've been driving for a couple of years.
Oh yeah, party like a rock star. Party like a.
Yeah.
I took mine in Kentucky, and mine was. I think I was in the minivan as well. I think mom and dad had a minivan, and I took my written test in Burkesville, Kentucky. Yeah, I was working at summer camp that year. I took my written test in Burkesville. It was in the the courthouse that's in the middle of the roundabout.
Yep.
Yep. Dad took me in there. They took my vision. I took the written test. I passed it, and they gave me my first official ID, which was a laminated, I kid you not, a laminated ID for the state of Kentucky. My address on that ID was Salvation Army Camp Road. Yep. In Burkesville, Kentucky. Yep. So
awesome.
we get all that done, and Dad takes me back to camp, and we get to Camp Road, and he says, "Okay, you ready?" I said, "Ready for what?" He says, "Well, you want to drive back to camp?" I was like, "No, sir. Dad, I've never gotten behind the wheel of a car. I can't do this." I mean, that was the same summer that Sean What's His Toes decided that he was going to hot dog it on an off weekend and flipped his car on Camp Road. Okay, guys, this isn't going to happen. No, Dad, I really don't feel comfortable driving Camp Road my first time. He said, okay, sure, no problem. So we continued out of camp, and I finished my summer camp there. And then I think a few months later after that, I was able to apply for my driver's. I think it was like 6 months. 6 months after you get your learner's permit, you can take the real test. And yeah, it was in Louisville. I don't remember the DMV where it was, but you drove down a road, stop sign, turn left, down to another one, stop sign, turn left, came back, parallel parked, and then pulled out and parked in another spot. She, my tester said that was the best parallel parking I've seen. I said I had the best teacher ever. It was my mom, and that was it. Yeah, been driving ever since. Greg, you took yours in Georgia?
I think he froze.
I think he froze.
Uh-oh.
Did he freeze?
Hey, Greg. Hey, Greg.
Am I still here?
Hey.
Oh, hey, I can hear you. My service. Hold on. We dropped service. Give me a second. Hold on. Wait. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How about now? I can hear you.
Yeah.
Scream.
Got it.
What?
What?
Yes?
Huh?
What?
Thank you. Nani?
Can you hear me now?
Nani?
I can hear all of this. It sounds great.
You're up.
Oh, that's good.
So you took yours in Georgia?
That was absolutely hilarious. So you couldn't hear me, but everything that you guys were saying and every little button press you were doing there, Patrick, definitely came through. That was hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I took mine. I took mine in Georgia. So if you guys remember, so we were stationed in Atlanta at the time. We were up in Lawrenceville. Now doing your written test was really easy. You could go, like, I did my written test. I don't know if I did it. No, I didn't do it at camp because I didn't turn because my birthday was my birthday's in February. So I took my written test there in Lawrenceville. I went to the Swanee or Lawrenceville whatever the DMV was that was up there near our house. I went to that one.
Swanee. How I love you.
River. Now, however, like that? That's nice.
That was very nice. Thank you.
We should duet that.
Duet?
But no, so for me to do my driving test, similar to what you guys were dealing with, Patrick, where you had to take Phil all the way out to Morgantown.
Yeah.
I think we went to Marietta or Macon.
Wow.
Somewhere south of, I think it was Macon. We went south of Atlanta. We drove a while.
Yeah.
To get because that was the only place that, like, they could get us in for because I mean that's just how Georgia is. Like, you know, it's easy to take a written test, but the weights, especially in North Atlanta, to be able to take the practical were crazy. And Alex, were you with us on that? Did you come down on that, or was it just me and Mom?
I came down on it.
So I don't know if you remember, but Patrick, I don't know if Mom bribed the lady that proctored my test.
Really?
I joke.
Really?
But the reason why I joke is I don't know how I got my license.
What?
Because I don't think I failed the test, but I literally scared the daylights out of this woman.
Please share. Oh, man.
So something, and I think I think I told mom after the fact because mom wasn't in the car, so it was just me and the proctor. And we're driving. So when we started this test, no, just like Alex in South Carolina, when you do your test in Georgia, it's a live road test. They you pull out of the DMV and you go driving down the road, and they just you're
Sure.
gonna turn here and turn there, or whatever. Well, here was the problem. This woman, God bless her, would just be like, turn there, over here, turn there. No prep, no nothing. And so she'd say it, and I'm ADD. You have to give me a prep of, hey, up here we're gonna turn left.
Right.
Okay, thank you. No, it was just literally like she'd just be like, turn there. And so we missed our first turn because she told me, and like by the time it registered, like we're already passing where she wanted me to turn.
Wow.
And then she tries to get me to turn again, and where we turned was a side street on. It was a 4-lane road, so two going this way, two going that way, with a chicken lane in the middle, and she wanted me to turn across two lanes of traffic onto a side street.
Whoa.
We almost got hit by a truck, semi truck. She screamed.
Oh my goodness.
And
Whoa.
so we get into the side street, and I stop the car on the side. She's like, "Do I need to drive?" And I'm like, "No, ma'am, I'm fine. I can do it. I just need you to tell me where we're going and give me a heads up." And
Oh my
so she
goodness.
navigates us back to the DMV, and we get out, and she's like, "You passed." I was like, "Okay, thanks, I think."
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, no, God bless this woman. I don't even know if she's still working for the DMV down there, but if she ever heard
Oh,
this,
that's
I
craziness.
yeah, and it scared me half to death. In fact, that's exactly what it sounded like. I told mom
was me
after
in
the
the back seat.
fact. I told mom after. Were you riding? Were y'all riding in the car? I don't think you were.
I'm pretty sure Mom and I were in the back seat for that one.
Oh man. But yeah, and so like after the fact, like I told mom, like like that was the hardest part. It was like I could drive. I was pretty comfortable for the most part. It was just her trying to give me directions, and it was just there was no prep. It was literally just turn there, and that
Wow.
messed me up. That was rough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's no bueno.
So, but it passed. I've been driving ever since.
Gee
So,
whiz.
fingers crossed. Actually, speaking of, you're talking about the DMV, it made me smile because right now I don't have a driver's license on me.
Does your
I
military
have
ID count as one?
well, I have my old license in my truck, and my old license has a hole punched through it with a piece of paper attached to it because I applied for my new driver's license here in Virginia.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, moving up. I went ahead and applied for my new license. Actually, tomorrow after I get off work, I am going down and getting my new license plates as well. So I'll be transferring all that over.
Very nice.
I'm excited.
So, question.
Might have an answer.
You know how most I don't know, most doctors, they got certain letters behind their names, right?
Yes, the alphabet.
Right, they've got the alphabet soup behind their names. No offense to doctors. Thank you for what you do and for your hard work and what it represents. But what endorsements, what letters have you had on your driver's license? All three of us should have one, and it's an M for motorcycle. Unless, Greg, did you ever? You
No,
never got your motorcycle
no, I
certificate.
never got a motorcycle license.
Really?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. All
I
right.
I took the
Did
I
you take the
started
risk?
it, but I never got the endorsement. I just had the piece of paper.
Fascinating. Okay. What was that for, Alex? Yeah. Well, you got yours, didn't you?
I did.
Okay. Cool.
I got it swapped over in one state, and they actually took it off. And I had to
Wow.
go back in, and I was like, "Why'd you take this off?" And they went, "Oh, that was our bad. Sorry." And they put it back on.
Nice. Nice. Well, I still got mine. I also have a P endorsement, or I used to in Florida. I had a
Yes,
P
sir.
as in passenger endorsement. I actually took the test and qualified to drive a passenger bus over 15 passengers, but less than 35. So I could drive a big bus, not a school
Neat.
A
bus,
short bus.
but
Short bus.
I could drive a big bus
Short bus.
without air brakes though. I couldn't operate a vehicle with air brakes. So I had an M
So
and a P.
essentially, if you had like an Econo line or like one of
Yes.
those like with like the raked out with
Yes.
the big roof.
Yes.
So it's not really a bus, but it's kind of a bus.
Well, we had one that was a passenger. I could drive it up to that. In Lake Worth, which was the West Palm area. And yeah, I've actually got a picture of me in the driver's seat with everybody behind me freaking out, which was an awesome picture, by the way. But yeah, I got to drive it to youth councils and take pretty much the whole delegation for the area command. So
Nice.
yeah, that was fun. You know, for that endorsement though, you got to have the driver's physical, which is great. But
I know.
You know
oh,
nothing, Jon Snow.
oh goodness,
Yeah.
hot dogs,
Right.
cold
Yeah.
hands.
Right. You know nothing.
But yeah, no, I know absolutely nothing compared to you guys. I'm not even gonna start. No, I'm not. No peanut butter
We
shot
love
to
you,
this guy. But
but
yeah, but you know nothing. I got it. I got it.
Duck
I
walking
got
in
it.
your underwear. That one's fun.
I got it. I got to find that one, by the way.
Duck walking in your underwear.
Stop walking in your underwear?
Duck walking.
no, duck, quack,
No,
quack,
I'm
quack,
good.
Yeah.
quack, quack, quack.
Like,
Yeah, duck walk.
okay.
Yep.
Lord, get this mental image out of my head. Thank you in Jesus' name.
Yeah. They usually
All
do
right.
like 10 dudes at a time. Yep.
It
Yikes.
makes it really fun.
Yikes.
No, all right. So I don't have that. I do have, and again, it's expired unfortunately because I'll have to get it redone eventually. I do have a Humvee license.
No, that's cool.
That's kind of neat.
Humvee?
Yeah,
Wow, that's cool. So there's an actual like endorsement to drive a
there's
Humvee?
a.
Yep.
Well, it's not on your
No,
personal
but it's on your
license.
military. Right,
It's a
right.
separate. Well, it's a separate piece of paperwork. Yeah, no, I have that, and then I was also certified. I had to get a another license when I was overseas. Um, you have to get like an international certification, like whatever country you're in, to be
Yeah.
able to operate. You know, so like when we drove, uh, we had to drive vehicles between bases when we were stationed overseas, and yeah, that's a. I think I've told you those stories, Patrick. I don't remember.
It's the
I've
same
never been more.
forklifts.
I've never been. I've never been more afraid for my life. You know, I've been asked many times, like when you were deployed, you're over in country, like were you ever scared of like, you know, being attacked or anything like that? And honestly, for the most part, where we were at, no, absolutely not. You know, for the most part, we were pretty well insulated. There were times when we were out flying. There was obviously some moments where it got a little hairy, but the scariest part of those deployments, still to this like the part that sticks in my head, is when we had to drive there in the country where the people were friendly to us. And I was in Kuwait, and we had to go from one base to another. We had a fleet of vehicles that we operated, and the the vehicles were maintained at the other base, and so we would have to swap them out. Like we had like little Hoop Diesel F-150 or like Danger Ranger trucks and whatnot. Like those are what we use to transport, you know, gear and whatever else from one side of base to the other. And so those
Right.
vehicles would be due for inspections or whatever it was. We'd have to go turn them in. And so we would have to drive them. And holy cow. Hi, Liz.
Hmm.
I have never been so, we talk about rules of the road and everything else and here in this country and here in the United States when you're driving in those countries or in that part of the world there are no rules. The highway there is a this direction and there's a that direction, and whatever direction you're on, the road is roughly 2.5 maybe 3 cars wide. And I say that because
Maybe.
there's no well, I say that because there's no lane markers. It's just this side of the road. But
Wow.
it's like, yeah, and there's a speed limit, but it's not posted. It's just understood. And if you want to go faster, you stay to the inside or outside, the inside. If you want to go slower, you stay to the outside. And if it's a big truck, you get a wide. And that's really, and you just and I've got a video. I think I got it on my hard drive. I'll have to track it down. I'll send it to you so you can see
Okay.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Um, it's it was different. I definitely I made a video and I think I say on the video I'm really hoping I don't die right now because it was crazy. It was a wild experience. So
Yeah.
that was fun. I'll never
I
forget that.
I have never driven in other countries, but I've been in vehicles in other countries. And two experiences blow my mind to this day. Number one is drivers in Ecuador.
Hmm.
Got to go down there on a oh yeah, not just the switchbacks and not just the changing of the lanes, but stop signs are just a suggestion.
Yep.
And a stop sign is really a whoever honks first gets to go first. And so they would come up to a stop sign, say the speed limit in the area is 35, 25, whatever. It's probably kilometers down there for all I know. But anyways, they're coming through and getting ready to go through a stop sign, and you hear meep meep and they're through the stop sign. So whoever honks first. So number one, don't walk the streets. If you can help it, don't walk the streets. Number two, the other place is Israel. And I got to go there, and it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country. And we were on a tour bus the whole time, and we went up the mountain. And there are many mountains in Israel, but we went up this one mountain that's kind of like the border of Israel, and it's fellow country on the east side. And so we're going up this mountain, and all of a sudden it's time to come back down. But when we come back down, it's more of a switchback. And you guys know tour buses are huge, and
Yes, they are.
we're sitting on the right side of the bus, and our tour bus guide says, "Don't worry, I've done this before. It's okay." He swings this bus out, and the front end feels like it's over the sky. And he comes around the rest of this turn, and somehow his front tires still stay on the ground, and he pulls away. When our right side comes to where there was no road, there was no road. It was a sheer drop. There was no guardrail, rail, there was nothing. It was we're gonna ride, and if we're going for a ride, we're going together. And it was something. But yeah, I'd go back there in a heartbeat. That place was it was beautiful. And yeah. But yeah, world drivers across the world. I watch Russian videos all the time. YouTube sends you down some crazy rabbit holes, and Russian drivers are something. I think that's why everybody has a dash cam. Number one, so they can put them up on YouTube, and number two, because I don't know, do they have insurance over there? Why would they? Who knows? But anyways, Alex, you got any?
What is insurance?
What is insurance?
What is insurance? What is
I don't know.
this?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, go.
So I have a forklift license. I got a
Yes!
forklift.
I got one of those too.
Have a- yeah.
Yeah, high five.
I can operate a vehicle that does have air brakes.
Ooh.
So it is a Class C license.
Oh.
It is not your CDL, which is what truckers have.
Right.
I can't do a semi truck, but I can operate.
Yeah, that's your commercial driver's license.
Yes. So I can do things that have air brakes because more often than not, the truck that they gave me for blood drive had air brakes.
Fascinating.
Yeah, so they wouldn't let me through the gate unless I had that license.
So a big box truck?
Big box truck.
Okay.
Like, big.
Yeah, we're
Borderline
talking
semi
like 27 foot.
plus.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Try to weave that through, anti-terrorism guards.
Can
Hey guys,
No.
can you move the Jersey barrier?
you
Oh,
move
yeah.
that one?
there was none of that. So it was
Yeah.
like literally, I would come in straight, and then I would have to swing way right, and then try and cut as sharp left as possible to get around the first one, and then almost hit the gate on the other side as I'm swinging. Come
Yikes.
back. Oh, it was bad. It was so bad. But every single time, I drive this thing up, and the MAs would be like, "Man, you're good at that." And I'm like, it still scares the crap out of me.
Still makes me nervous.
Yep.
Yeah. I also have my P license for being able to drive passenger vehicles.
Passenger vehicles, yeah.
But I don't think I've ever actually had to use it. But I was a part of the hurricane evacuation team.
Oh, nice.
So if something happened like that, I would have to load everybody up on buses, and I would be one of the drivers. And
Wow.
yeah. I have my M, obviously. And each of the states I've been in, though, it's always had like a number behind it. So
Huh.
like M2 is for your usual motorcycles. M3 is for trikes. It's apparently a different qualification. But if you have a 2, you can ride the 3.
Yes.
But if you just have a 3, you can't ride the 2.
You can't ride the 2. Yeah. Yeah, I've never had an M1 before.
I don't know.
Greg, do you have an M1?
A grand? Can't say I do.
No, but I want one.
Oh, but I want one. That's right.
Yeah. Want an M1A. Yep, doesn't happen though. Ah well.
Any Alex, you win for the alphabet, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have any world driving experiences?
So not really driving. I've done forklifts on the pier over there, and that doesn't really count.
I think it does. That's some crazy junk, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're navigating people who are just kind of standing there, like they don't move. It's weird. So you're coming down, and you kind of see them, so you go dee you honk at them, and they just kind of look up at you,
Get out the way!
and then they look back down at what they were doing.
Whoa!
You're like, oh, okay. So you swing wide to go around them, so you don't hit anybody. But
That was the friendly honk.
yeah.
Don't give me them. Don't make me use the mean honk.
That's right.
Dude, forklifts don't have a mean honk.
No, they don't. They're all
No.
meep, meep, meep.
They're very friendly honks.
Yeah. Hi guys. Meep, 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 meep.
But no, the worst is, when we're on deployment, they tell us we can't drive. Which always makes it fun whenever you get back home because you have to drive your car back home. So, you go 6 to 9 months without driving, and she's trying not to be seen, but she's not very sneaky. Yeah.
Good attempt. Good attempt.
She's trying.
Good job.
They're proud of you, Liz.
Yep.
So sneaky.
Yeah. So there was no way you would not have been seen.
Sorry.
But so when you go over to the Middle East, right, you pull in, and usually they have some sort of a duty van to take you to a couple of different places. Like there are normal
Right.
places in port where we normally send sailors to. And for OPSEC reasons, I'm not going to say that. But if you end up in somewhere else, like if you end up at like you get overnight Liberty, you stay in a hotel, or if you go and take a taxi from one of those locations and go somewhere else, in order to get back to the boat, you have to take a taxi. And it doesn't matter where you are, right? I've taken a taxi from Europe. I've taken a taxi in the no joke Middle East, and even back home in the United States. And every single time, they all share the same like principle. They don't care. They will get you where you're gonna go, however they want to get you there.
Nice.
So I was with a couple of buddies, and we were in Bahrain. Yeah, we were in Bahrain, and we'd gone off base, and we were going to go and have a great time, and then come back. And obviously, we're responsible ish. So it's not like
Good
every
call.
yeah every single member of the group didn't have to be. One person had to be sober. So we're all driving back, and our one sober guy is sitting in the back of the cab. And we made the mistake of telling the taxi driver, hey man, we need to be there as soon as possible, right? We're kind of working on a timeline. So however you got to do it, get us there. This man, quite
Okay, so
literally,
they will not catch us.
he got there as quickly as possible.
Wow.
We were flying around corners where quite literally the three of us that were in the back of this cab were all smashed up against one door.
You were sloshing.
Oh, it was bad. It was so bad. Like we get back, we go through security, they X-ray and it was good. So we get through everything, and then the one sober guy literally continues walking, finds a trash can, leans over next to it, and just empties everything he's got.
No way.
Everything.
Oh man.
So we're looking at
Oh,
him.
sober guy.
He was the sober guy. We're looking at him. The people that were checking all the bags are looking at him. Somebody comes over and asks him if he's okay. He goes, "Yeah, dude, that cab ride was it was bad."
Wow.
So obviously they breathalyze him and do a field sobriety on him to make sure that since he was the sober guy and he signed into the logs as the sober guy, that he didn't
Right.
overindulge
Partake.
himself.
Right, sure.
He blew zeros. They're like, yeah, that must have been one crazy cab ride.
Wow.
And they let him go.
Oh man.
Yeah. So if you're over there, if you're out of country and you're in theater and you take a cab, seriously, be exactly like thorough with how you want them to get you there, because otherwise, doesn't matter if you've had nothing to drink whatsoever, you will throw up.
Noted.
Noted.
Yeah, man.
That's intense.
Mm-hmm. Those are good
Begs
times.
begs a question, gentlemen. Why is tastier than Earth Rock?
Why is what tastier than Earth Rock?
Moon Rock tastier than Earth Rock.
Because when the moon hits the sky, like
A bigger pizza pie, that's amore. Wrong. It's a little meteor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little meteor.
It's a little meteor. Hold on.
Thank you.
Oh man, I'm just hoping security doesn't come walking by. That's everything okay in there?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's fine. It's fine, y'all. I'm good. I'm laughing because my brothers are
Whoa, that's not good.
awesome. Oh, I haven't heard that one before. What do you call a pudgy psychic?
Pudgy psychic?
Yeah,
I don't know.
a fortune teller.
Nah.
Fortune Chin teller.
Fortune.
The guy who stole my iPad should FaceTime.
Oh man.
Oh, this one's for you, Greg. You should always knock on the fridge door before opening. Just in case there's a salad dressing.
Yeah. Yeah. What did the big flower say to the little flower?
Family Channel.
Big flower, little flower. You're such a pansy.
Nah. Hi,
In
bud.
my daffodil.
What? I missed it.
Hi, bud.
Hi, bud.
But
Hi, bud.
what do you call an angry musician flipping someone off?
Family Channel?
I don't know.
A songbird.
A songbird?
Songbird.
I got it.
Yeah.
Bird,
I
songbird.
got it.
Uh-huh.
Hey, why are pediatricians easily upset?
Oh, because parents try to tell them that they know more than they do.
Oh, goodness. Sure. Alex?
I don't know.
Because they have little patience.
That deserves it. Thank you. Why are fish so smart?
Oh,
Why are fish so smart?
because they know how to drive tanks.
No. They let the army do that. They don't have to be smart to do that. Because they live in schools.
Oh.
Why did the pony get sent to his room?
The pony?
Why did the pony get sent to his room?
I don't know.
Because he couldn't stop horsing around.
Derp.
Derp. Thank you.
I bought coconut shampoo today, but when I got home, I realized I don't even have a coconut.
Says here, stop looking for the perfect match. Just use a lighter.
Mama always told me you are what you eat, so I started eating mushrooms every day.
Why?
So you be a fun guy?
I wanted to be a fun guy.
Derp. Derp.
All right, last one. Go ahead.
Mm,
Oh, no. No.
I need one more good one.
So many people these days are too judgmental.
Why is that?
I can tell just by looking at them.
That's really funny.
Derp.
All right, come on. Break it. You got this.
What does the ocean do when it sees its friends?
It waves.
It waves.
Waves.
I don't know
Hey,
why I
guys.
pushed my button to wave.
Hi, guys. Wait, hold on. You deserve one of these.
Thanks. Why did the golfer wear...
NANI?
Nani?
No, do you?
Why did the golf ball what?
Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants?
Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants?
Just in case he got a hole in one.
Ah.
All right. What's the difference between a tennis ball? What's the difference between a tennis ball and the Prince of Wales?
Tennis ball and the Prince of Wales?
Yeah, that's what
Yep.
he said. What do you have against the Prince of Wales?
Nothing. It's just a dad joke.
Oh, got it.
I thought
Bounce?
we liked him.
Bounce? Bounce. I don't know. What is the difference between a tennis ball and the Prince of Wales?
One is heir to the throne, and the other is thrown into the air.
Derp.
Oh, that was a
Alright.
pinky posh. Pinky posh. Pinky posh.
Indubitably.
All right. Well, ladies and so much for hanging out with us tonight. We've had fun talking about driver's licenses and the fish who, well, just aren't fishy anymore. And no, fish. And we've just had a good time tonight. So guys, thanks for hanging out with us. It really has been good for us. Craig, glad you haven't gotten in trouble yet. How them
Nah.
Steelers?
It
Uh-oh.
was 35
I turned it
last
off.
time I checked.
35-10? Okay.
30,
Well.
35.
Well, yeah.
Now it's 35-16.
Yeah.
35-16. Hey, they're coming back, sort of. What?
Sort of.
NANI?
So, yeah, good times.
Where is that from?
It is from Philip. I think, well, you all know as well as I do that the opening sound is Solid
That's
Snake.
Metal Gear.
It's Metal Gear, yeah. And
Yeah.
I think the Nani is from his favorite game, Overwatch. I'll have to ask him. But yeah, good times. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This has been episode 54 of Brothers in Arms podcast. We are your Brothers in Arms. You can find us on Twitter at yourBIA podcast. You can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Brothers in Arms podcast. You can also find this episode and I think all the way up to episode 14, I want to say, of our video of these episodes. You can find them on YouTube at Brothers in Arms Podcast. That's all one word, Brothers in Arms Podcast. And you can also find these podcasts anywhere podcasts are delivered, sold, given out for free, because this is free. It's all free for you and for me.
It doesn't cost you anything
It
to listen to our beautiful voices.
Costs you nothing. And the best part is that, well, in so doing, that I'm in your head.
I'm also in your head, yes.
I am that little voice that sits in your head. We are the voices in your head. And so you can just come out and hang out with us, and we'd love to have and be the voices within your heads.
And sometimes I talk back.
And absolutely. And sometimes, just sometimes, they talk back.
You ever talk to the voices in your head and sometimes they talk back?
All the time. Thank
All
you.
the time.
All the time. So, hello. Meow.
Hi, cat.
Awesome. Well, we love you guys. Have a wonderful, blessed week. Greg, got any parting remarks? Any parting shots?
Always.
Yes?
Change socks, take motion, drink water.
That's a good plan. Alex?
I miss my fish.
Oh, the fish. I'm sorry. Well, I
know what
would.
to get you for your birthday.
Yeah, I know what to get you for your birthday, too. Another quarantine tank. No.
Now he has two.
Oh, he has two.
Two.
Two. Oh, the cat still wants to come and play. That is a big cat.
Yep.
Goodness.
Let's be honest here. We can't beat around the bush.
Yeah.
Have an intervention. Alex, you're a fat cat.
Exercise your pets. That's it. That's my thing. Exercise yourself while exercising your pets. Is that the way you call your cat?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And he responds to it? Craziness. Oh, it's like he even sees it. He's like, yeah, I know what's up. I know what that hand does.
He got a tiny head and a big old body.
Big old body, that's right. Well, his whiskers must be huge. No? Fascinating. Okay.
He just knows.
Yeah. I can't
He
fit in
just
there.
knows. I can't fit through there.
I can't go through there.
No, he just
All right.
gets stuck all the time.
Poor guy. Well, this finishes up our episode 54. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. We love you. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week. Talk at you soon. Love you guys.
Love you too, man.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Meow.
Bye.
Meow.
Bye.
Meow.
Oh.
To the eye. Finger. Not here. 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 Oh, there. Here.
Meow.
It doesn't mouth.
8675309.
Yeah,
I got it.
I'm definitely pushing the button after that. Not y'all.
I
Bye.
already have